Good evening and welcome to the Charlton Board of Selectmen's meeting for Tuesday, September 29th, 2015. I'll ask that we begin with a pledge to the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our agenda for this evening consists of review of the minutes of the regular Selectmen's meeting of September 15th, followed by community relations, announcements, and open forum. We have two appointments. One is appointment of the student select person for the 2015-2016 school year, and the second is appointment to the Lakes and Ponds Committee. We have a 6:45 appointment with the Old Home Day Committee and a 6:50 appointment with the Emergency Management regarding a policy on NIMS ICS. We have one new item under new business, which is a special permit application for GSMP Realty Trust. And we have no items under new business, under old business. Following will be any committee reports or policy reviews that we may have. As you can tell by now, our town administrator is not with us this evening, so we will not have a town administrator's report. And the last item will be any business to come before the board that was unknown at the time of the posting of this agenda. On our next meeting announcements, we will be having an all boards, committees, departments meeting on October 6th, 2015 at 6:30 p.m. in Dexter Hall at the Charlton Library. The next regular Selectmen's meeting is Monday, October 13th. And special town meeting, please mark your calendar. Special town meeting will be Tuesday, October 20th, 2015, 7 p.m. at the Charlton Middle School. I would entertain the board's wishes with regards to the minutes of September 15th.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Zafirovich,
I move that we accept the September 15th meeting minutes.
thank you. We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on the motion? None appearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We have some announcements. Back up here. There will be a flu clinic on October 8th, 2015 from 10:30 a.m. until 12 p.m. at the Charlton Library. Anyone who's come up to the town hall has noticed that we have some construction going on up here. So construction for the accessible entrance continues. Town hall is open Monday through Thursday, and the north entrance is available for everyone to use. And as you look at the front of the building, the north entrance is the entrance to the left. Annual Forestry Chapter 61, 61A, 61B, and 61C renewals are due by October 1st, 2015. And again, the all boards, departments, commissions, committee meeting will be on Tuesday, October 6th, 6:30 p.m., Dexter Hall at the Charlton Public Library. Town Hall will be closed on Monday, October 12th, in observance of Columbus Day. And also, most importantly, our special town meeting will be taking place on Tuesday, October 20th, 7 p.m. at the Charlton Middle School. Trick-or-treating will be held in town on Saturday, October 31st, 2015, from 5:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. So trick-or-treating again on the 31st, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And we'll be hosting a conflict of interest seminar on Tuesday, November 17th at the Town Hall Selectmen's Meeting Room, and that will be at 5 o'clock for employees, 6:30 p.m. for all committees and commissions. Do we have any other announcements? And do we have anyone here for open forum? Mr. Meskis?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. I just thought the community and yourselves would be interested in the goings-on in the front of the town hall as progress is now starting to pick up speed. Over the weekend, we did do drainage across the front of the town hall, and today a large excavator came in and removed the foundation walls downstairs that connect the addition to the existing building. So I provided you with some photos of some goings-on and some snapshots of what's going on behind the magic walls. And I sent them off to the department heads and Lisa Westwall, so I suspect for the community, she'll post them on the website. We did have an interesting find. We did find two safes about 4 feet wide and 5 feet tall and 2 feet deep. My guesstimate is that they're from the old Universalist church that stood on this property and burned down in about 1923. Did I get that right? So I suspect the building burned down, the safes fell into the crawl space and were left there. We did just in front of the stairs of the town hall, probably about 5 feet out, 6 feet out, found the remnants of a foundation wall, which I again would surmise was probably from the church that stood on this property before the Charlton High School was built. So,
In the interest of history, is there any effort to open the safes?
we bashed them open with the excavator.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
Safe cracking was not my speed.
Well, the big excavator is usually not a problem, right?
Found some burnt papers in one and nothing in the other. I had left the site to go do something else, and they were all broke open, and everybody was still here, so I knew that there was not
No.
thousands of
Yeah,
dollars. So that's what's going on, and hopefully, you know, we're making preparations to make sure that the building is weather tight and waterproof. We have a sump pump in place down there for the little drizzle that's supposed to occur over the next couple of days. That's
And,
my wishful thinking.
Is it too early to say if we're on schedule, or how's work progressing?
We're progressing.
We're progressing, fair enough.
It's
Fair
been
enough.
a little bit of, you know, getting organized and stuff. We know, and we have every 2 weeks, we have a job meeting, so the contractor, the architect, the committee, Erica Johnson, or a representative from Pioneer Valley, where some of our grant money is coming, and we review the schedule at that point. We know we need to get a bunch of site work done and down on the ground before winter comes, and that will be the big push, is to get the sidewalks in and stuff. Had to get to this point of getting the front off of the building there, working backwards, open the hole back up again and get the foundation walls out, because we needed to be able to have the equipment reach that part of the site.
Sure.
So I'm hopefully, barring the drizzle that's forecast, I would guess this week might be a little slow, and hopefully next week things will progress along quite fast.
No, this is long overdue, so it's nice to see progress at all on it, so thank you for the update. Any
Thank
questions?
you to the community for all your patience in coming to the town hall, and as the chairman said, the door on the left-hand side of the building is accessible at all times, and we'll keep one door always accessible. The senior center is resting somewhat comfortably at the Grange. They're still cooking here, but we still maintain all our functions for the community here, so.
Is the senior center door blocked off?
No, the senior center door is not blocked off. There is a partition wall downstairs protecting the construction area from the senior center.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Any other questions for Building Commissioner? Thank you for the update, Mr. Meskis.
You're welcome.
Do we have anyone else here for open forum? Then we do have two appointments. Our first appointment is going to be with regards to appointing a student select person for the 2015-2016 school year. And attached, we have a letter from Ms. Mary Pierangeli, principal at Shepherd Hill Regional High School, asking the board to accept grade 11 student Bailey Ross to be a non-voting student representative for the 2015-2016 school year. Ms. Ross was elected to the Student Advisory Council by students at Shepherd Hill in June of 2015. Should the board accept the recommendation of Ms. Ross as the student select person for 2015-2016, her first meeting that she will attend will be on October 13th. And that letter from Mrs. Pierangeli is attached.
Through the chair,
Mr. McGrath?
I make a motion that we appoint Bailey Ross as the student select person from Shepherd Hill Regional High School.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there discussion on the motion?
It's odd not seeing Emily here.
It is odd not seeing Emily here. She did a great job. No other further discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries. Thank you. And we have one other appointment, an appointment to Lakes and Ponds. And this came in from Mr. Gerard, from Todd Gerard, and Todd is not here. Do we have that? Oh, great. Is that in the stack?
Is that the last page? I believe.
There it is, thank you. And we have, we're being asked to appoint Ms. Barbara J. Perrin to be appointed to the Lakes and Ponds Committee.
Through the chair.
Mr. McGrath.
I make a motion that we appoint Barbara Perrin to the Lakes and Ponds Committee, please.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there discussion on the motion? None appearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries. Thank you. We have a 6:45 appointment with the Old Home Day Committee. Ms. Walker, do you have everyone here that you're expecting, if you're ready to go? We're a couple minutes early, but if you're ready.
It's not often you can say that.
Then no, it's not.
He's trying to beat his record.
Kathleen Walker, I'm chairperson of the Old Home Day Committee, and this is,
I'm Chase Corville from the Old Home Day Committee.
and Chief Purvey from the Old Home Day Committee. The last time that we were here, we were in a bit of a quandary because we thought we would have to cancel the fireworks. And since that time, one of the suggestions that Mr. Singer made was try a GoFundMe account, which we did. And a lot of people responded, and the word got out, probably through being on television at this meeting and all of you speaking up for it. And by mid-August, we knew we were gonna do the fireworks. We only had about a month to collect the money, so we've got a list, very long list. Could you just give me that list of people that contributed? And I can read it to you or send it to you, but maybe, I think I've given it to the newspapers, so it's quite impressive, people that helped out. Not everybody is on that list, just people over $100, so that list would be double if we,
Wow.
if we said everybody that was on there. So the Old Home Day went very well. We had a lot of fun, thanks to Rick Swenson, who was
Despite
our
Rick Swenson,
master
one
of
or the other.
ceremonies and did a great job. And his band played on the night of the fireworks, and they were wonderful. So I'm glad the chief's here. He might want to tell you about the frog jumping, because that was very exciting.
That
So
seemed to
I-
get the most press, was the frog jumping.
I think so. I wanted to mention the committee members, because they worked very hard and they were a great bunch, and we had a lot of laughter and fun in all the meetings. It was really a good time. Jenny Frizella from Overlook, Kathy Keel, of course, Chief Jim Purvier, of course, Rob Thomas, who runs the road race, Mike Lally, my husband, Bonnie Seifert, and Heather Clements. And I wanted to make a special mention tonight to one member who is our newest member and our youngest member, Chase Corville, who's with us tonight, because Chase came up with a lot of really good ideas. One of them was to have a raffle and to raise money for the fireworks, and he ran that raffle basically on his own down at the Blueberry Festival, and then again up at the fireworks, and that also helped really big time to get the word out that we needed money for the fireworks, or they just weren't going to happen. So I'd like to, I guess, just give a hand to Chase Corville, who's our youngest and most energetic member of this committee. So thank you very much, Chase. I didn't know if did you want to say anything?
I think I'm good.
Plus, I know he's a St. John's boy, right?
Yeah,
Which is
it is. Yeah.
always a
So
good thing.
thank you all for your support, and
Thank you.
we'll look forward to next year.
Thank you for the update, Kathleen.
Through the chair, I just wanted to acknowledge, some of the work that went on, like the highway department. They really, Jerry Foskett really stepped up and helped us get some of the logistics done and put in place. We're all working with tight budgets, and he extended himself and gave more help, like getting things set up for the fireworks that really had not been done in the past. So I want to thank him and his crew. I want to thank Boomba's Towing and Recovery, because they supplied the stage, the platform, and they provided the vehicles to display the soapbox cars and the kids, riding, and Mike Lundquist really, went out of his way to help us there. And, Brent Salou and his crew from, his crew came out and cleaned up St. Joe's for us. So, and the Boy Scouts did a phenomenal job. John Roberts and the Boy Scouts cleaning up Old Home Day Common. It was just unbelievable. They really helped us out. It got us cleaned up and out of here. So there was a lot of community participation and involvement. And when Kathleen said, as far as the community coming and stepping up and making Old Home Day and the fireworks possible, it was just unbelievable how many people contributed, and wanted to keep that viable and happening. And next year being the 120th, we're just trying to make arrangements and get ideas to try and make it special. And anything that the community would like to see next year, and if other people want to get involved with us and help, do some other things, and some suggestions were made. Well, what did they do, like 120 years ago? What was, some old things that were done in the past, maybe we could resurrect or something like that. I don't know what they are, but if some people had some ideas. So we're just, as a committee, it's always fluid, and whatever we do, and as far as making up the day. And, we rely a lot on, on everybody's participation and contribution. And I think this year, it just went real well. We didn't have any problems with the fireworks, and traffic was fairly good. And so thanks to all my auxiliary that volunteered their hours to save costs, and we'll continue to endeavor to do that. So and thank you to the board for your support, as far as, and Mr. Singer for your idea, as far as GoFundMe. I mean, that over $3,000 came in through that, so, that was. Oh, yeah, Todd Gerard, really, we could go on and on, but Todd Gerard really did an outstanding job laying out the mapping for the day. He took the time, and so we could set up, and so when you came up to the window here at Town Hall, you could see where everybody was situated. And he spent a lot of time with us refining it as we went along, so, so there's a lot of people too, I'm sure, that we're missing, but, well, it's a long list, and hopefully that can maybe get posted on the town website. So to thank all those businesses and that.
You did give it to Lisa? Then I'm sure, knowing Lisa, it may well already be up there.
Because we do, like I said, we do want to acknowledge those people that gave, that we just don't want to just say, well, we got their money and
Absolutely.
we'll wait till next year. No, we want people to understand who stepped up.
Well, the committee does great work with a very, very limited budget, so we appreciate, for the town, we appreciate all the work that the committee does. So thank you. And that puts us right about on time for our 6:50 appointment on emergency management. And while reviewing the emergency management policy, which is attached as one of his policies, Selectman Zafirovich has no recommended changes to the policy, but noticed within the policy that all selectmen are required to take the NIMS, National Incident Management Systems, and ICS, Incident Command Systems tests. He recommended inviting our emergency management personnel, Carl Ekman and Terry Goff, to discuss the importance of emergency management, give an update on the current system in town, and provide any feedback they may have with this policy. Good evening, Ms. Goff.
Thank you for having me. Mr. Ekman apologizes for being demobilization.
Well, thanks to Mrs. Zafirovich for bringing this to our attention, and Scott, thank you for taking some time and coming down and going through this. I think, I wasn't aware of this, honestly, and I'm gonna go within the next week, and
Well,
Get it done.
actually, I show, sir, that you have your certification.
I did do the nails.
I'm just saying, you're actually sort of.
You know what- you know what? I was-
Know that you did it?
When did you do this?
When I first became a selectman, yeah.
when you first-
And
when
I was
you
thinking,
pushed it the first time and made people aware of it.
it's the age thing, I think.
Don't go there.
Because I'm sitting there going,
Don't.
I think I did
Yeah,
that.
Rick's
No,
older
I-
than
But I
everybody
wasn't
else.
certain enough that I was gonna say that I did it, but I,
Yes, actually, sir, it's you, Mrs. Craver, Joe has taken it, and of course, both your
Yes,
assistants have it, Kara Hemelinstein and Mary Douglas.
so guys, you know.
Hey, this was 3 years before my time. No one told us when we got out.
I might take him again just as a refresher.
It just shows how old you are, Rick.
Yeah, that's exactly what it does,
certainly
you're right.
won't hurt. Again, as I said, we always face a disaster, and how well we're prepared for it is how well it's gonna work, so.
And Ms. Goff, one last question. When's the next upcoming CERT class?
Actually, you have a class coming up in October. I haven't sent it out yet, but you're going to be doing that START triage, the rapid triage system, so that you guys can learn what to do if you need to go out and do it. We don't have time or personnel to do.
And if any community member or select person would like to become a CERT member, when is that training? Is it?
We are looking, we haven't spoke about it regionally at this time. The grants are coming up. We would like to see possibly starting one in the spring. We'd have to find one of communities to host us, as we always do. And again, we already have people signed up from the different communities, because that's all 6 of our communities that participate. So,
I think I know some people right here in Charlton that wanted to do that. We had something, it was in Oxford, right, recently? There was some kind
yeah,
of
we
training.
did, the last class was held in Oxford. We graduated 29 members of
I knew people who
regional
wanted
cert-
to do that, myself included, and some other people I know, but
Yeah.
there was a comment, the day they chose,
Yeah,
none of us
yeah.
were available.
Well, that's why when we do a new program every year and we're trying to be on that cycle, that we change the date. The year before, it was on a Tuesday night, and last year it was on a Wednesday night. So now we'll consider everybody and say, well, we'll try Thursday night.
It's a good
Again,
night. I'm just putting it out.
that's a good night? Would that one work for you? Because I can put you on the spot. No.
There you go. No, that's good.
I'm
I
just saying.
wanted to go last
Well,
time.
Mr.
you know?
Singer, we will have it on there. He'll be
Thank
there.
you.
And you will be there, right? Front and
I want to
center.
do it.
It's actually a very good program. The basis behind CERT is simply community emergency response, but it actually teaches you how to take care of yourself and your family, then to assist your neighbors, and then to work alongside your emergency responders, and that's your fire, police, and EMS. And the reality is, in any emergency, major emergency, in the western part of the state during the tornado, you're actually supposed to be taking care of yourselves for the first 72 hours. That's what the guideline says. And because of the mass number and area that's impacted is how it's going to impact your responders and the tiers of response that you have. And CERT is very valuable in those types of responses, storm-related, man-made, emergencies, whatever. They're there and trained to do those types of things. So you're gonna see more of them in our area. Like I said, regionally, we're really trying to be active and provide not only the initial training, but we do continuing education training, bringing them special education training in CPR, first aid, communications, traffic control, crowd control. We've involved in many actual drills, disaster drills to train with and see how to respond. So it's a great program. We love doing it, and we obviously want to continue doing it. We're very fortunate in Charlton that you as a board allow us to be part of a regional entity where we can have people trained to care and take care of others when you're not going to have the staff to do that.
Is there a minimum age requirement or?
18. Currently, they do have a teenage CERT program. However, the adult CERT program's a lot of time and a lot of involvement, and a lot of work for a lot of people. So, the teen one would be something that if the schools were interested, we could probably partner and see if there's something we could help them out with. But we have a lot of members in town, as I said, 28 already, and people on the list to take
So
the
would
next
I-
one.
Should I go talk to the school or I think I know a lot of high school kids who might really be into
Oh, I'm
that.
sure. We've had them come and talk about it at the different events that we go to and promote it. They've come and spoken to us. The problem is, as I said, it's always about trying to find a location, trying to secure your instructors, because you need certified instructors. You just can't, take somebody off the street and say, hey, come teach the class for me. But, so you, it's again, yeah, okay. No. It's a great program, and I really think you would enjoy it. But yeah, obviously, I mean, it is a valuable program for a curriculum for a school, and we could certainly look into helping them. So if you wanted to sort of maybe start that ball rolling,
Sure.
we could certainly, as a regional entity, you know, entertain trying to do something that would promote it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, anything else I can help?
Any other questions? Great information. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks
for
for taking
having
time to come
Have
in.
a good evening.
We're going to move on to new business. And our first item under new business is a special permit application from GSMP Realty Trust. Attached is a copy of a special permit application submitted to the planning board by Robert Lemansky on behalf of GSMP Realty Trust. And Mr. McGrath, a 67-square-foot multi-tenant commercial business?
That's incorrect.
I was looking at the map and,
It should be 6,700 square feet.
okay. Everything on the,
No, it's a sign.
To the side.
Oh, it's a
that's the
sign.
Yeah, but but then he has,
67 square foot sign.
he's seeking, you're correct. He is putting another building on the parcel. This is the sign for
Gotcha.
multiple tenants.
Okay, so a 67 square, so
where-
this would be
where
a
is it?
sign for a 67 square foot sign with, relating to a multi-tenant commercial business on property located at 159 Worcester Road, Route 20, Assessors Map 25, Block A, Parcel 5.1. Said
So-
property is owned community business.
This is gonna be a temporary sign that's going to list the, future tenants?
No, it's
I don't
going to
think
be,
it'd be permanent.
because it exceeds the, first, to answer your first question, it's across from CVS where the old Atlantic Trailer Sales was.
Okay,
Okay, so the original building faces, I wanna say east and west. The new building is gonna face north and south at the far end of the parking lot. So, because he's exceeding the square footage for a sign, for his sign that's allowed as a use there, he is asking for a special permit so that he can increase the sign, which is not unusual. It's, I forget what the percentage is, Cindy, on increase. They can only increase the sign by a certain percentage. So it's still limited. But this is so that his future tenants, what it does is it keeps everybody from having a separate sign on the property. It makes usually they're what they call ladder signs.
those are marquees, basically.
Correct, exactly. So-
There's drawings over here if anyone wants.
So 67, not 6,700.
No, this is just for the sign, which is 67 square foot.
Somewhere close on the building.
That's pretty big.
So our board is being asked to review the special permit applications and provide comments, if any, to the planning board office no later than Wednesday, September 30th, 2015. They don't have any comments, questions they'd like to attach to the application? No?
It's typical.
Then we shall move on. We have no items under old business. Do we have any committee reports or policy reviews to bring forward at this meeting?
The only policy review was the one for the.
Which we did with the
which,
emergency.
yeah, if there's
which
no
we-
action,
If you're not recommending any changes, then we don't need to take any action on. So we're good on that. Do you have any other business to come before the board, Chief?
I know it may seem early, but Christmas, our regular concert and parade is not that far off. Sunday, December 6th, and I will give this to Mary to electronically to post. We will have the Christmas concert and the tree lighting. And I talked to Captain Harris, and we will be having the Festival of Lights Parade, and Santa will be part of that. So that'll be from, we'll start the concert at 4:30, and Santa will arrive at approximately 6 o'clock. And so I've contacted the schools, and they willingly are going to participate, and there'll be some individual performers. Mr. Chairman, I hope you're there leading the church, the Federated
We
Church.
talked about it the other night, we will
Yeah.
be there.
And so so those things are underway as far as getting that going. So I just wanted to, let people know and that they could plan on it, at 6 o'clock at 4:30 to 6 on December 6th. A lot of people just try to decide, when they're going out. And Sunday seems to have been working well for us, so we continue in that endeavor. Just to update the board on a few things, I know I had sent out to you letting you know that the department's generator, the radiator, went out for recoring. That has been completed. The generator's back up fully functioning. We will, weather permitting, Thursday, where we had a problem with our communications because of the microwave, the person that climbs the tower and replaces the equipment, Kurt Jackson from Hamden Communications, it's online to be working with our radio person, DNR Communications, Roger Santari, and so that's happening this Thursday. This Thursday as well, I'll be attending a Safe School Summit up in Worcester that the District Attorney's Office puts on. Next week, the Tuesday, we, through Maya, at no cost to the town, Maya's putting on a legal update class, and we have 18 of my personnel that'll be participating in that. They provide us with a continental breakfast and lunch, in addition to paying for the instructor. So it's a win-win for the town, and we will have other communities here, participating in that. And the library's been very good as far as making a spot for us, to host it at no cost to the town. So there's no charges being levied to the department or whatever. Bay Path, there is a multi-hazard and school evacuation training that I'll be participating next Wednesday and Thursday. So several training sessions I'll be participating in, but a lot, all for the right reasons. And so those things are going on, and trying to bring you up to speed on all that.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Singer?
just an idea for you, Chief. I know you just hit me, because you're involved in Old Home Day and the whole Christmas tree lighting and everything else. I'll throw out an idea, maybe this will help you. Every year, my daughter and I go down to Plymouth, and we run a 5K down there. And it's the same night they do their tree. And what happens is, they have this parade, right, and then they do the Plymouth tree lighting. And the minute Santa gets out of his sleigh and lights the tree, it starts the 5K. So, it's very inexpensive, like $20, $25, and they draw a lot of people. It's probably too late for this year, but
How do they light the run route? Or do they do it early?
it's actually on the roads in traffic. You're required to have a lamp, either a headlamp or a light on your arm to run the race. So what happens is, I thought, it might be too late this year, but there's a way also, right, to do the Charlton tree lighting. And I know a great course to go off the main road that's kind of flat and fast, which is unique for Charlton, flat and fast. That maybe you could do something similar to have a race around the tree lighting in Charlton to raise more funds between now and the next Old Home Day, or for next Christmas, but it's an idea.
Well, also, funding for, there's no funding for the Christmas tree lighting, so I depend on donations and other people providing things, so
That
I
might
would
be a
just
way
say
to
to
raise
you-
money for the tree lighting.
Right. And if you wanna step up and be, charge of the road race, the 5K, maybe we could have that come to fruition.
I'm happy if the person who does Old Home Day wants to give me some guidance, because I've never run a race.
Yeah, the big.
I wouldn't know where to
the-
begin.
The
getting
the
bids
biggest
and everything
problem
else.
on that night, okay, is weather, because the weather can be very nice, or it could be
Yep.
very, very cold and bitter, and whoever comes out to run generally runs, if you're a true runner, you run in anything, but it could present other problems if we had inclement weather, as far as trying to, I know you said that they're like kind of on their own. I don't know, I still, as far as like having officers, stopping traffic, if you had enough people, I mean,
They
you know.
have, I'm not sure, I'll be running again this year, but they must, I mean, there are some, they must have a few offices
I wouldn't
somewhere.
bet they would have to,
That's
just for
doing the
liability reasons,
detail.
I'm sure they would
Liability,
have to.
yeah.
Yeah, so the main intersections, because you're running right down the main strip, and you're running right down past Plymouth Rock, so.
Rob Thomas, who runs the road right here, is a great guy, I'm sure would be happy to talk with you about
I
that.
mean, you know, to add more things, you know, for the town, you know, for people to do and to get people to come out is great. It just, there's not, like, just even setting up the decorations, there's not a lot of people that are like standing out there in the cold when it, or taking them down in January when it's, you know, when it's 0 degrees and a wind coming across the common up there. There's a lot of, you know, so I'm not complaining about it, but there's just a lot of people that like to see the decorations, but they, you know, don't wanna participate
Go
in
up in the
putting them
cherry
up.
picker
Or
and
taking
fire
them down.
bucket and do it.
I know there's a lot of runners in Charlton, whether they run in I don't know if they run in the winter. I know the one in Plymouth, we go down, there's like 1,400 runners show up for that.
I can see it now. Mr. Singer saves Christmas.
I'm not out to save Christmas, I'm just out to help them trying to raise some money.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I guess putting in a pitch, if anybody, there is a Christmas tree lighting fund, if anybody wants to help, because the banners, you know, the figurines and all that take a pounding every year because of the weather. They only get replaced, you know, through somebody's, you know, gracious donations.
And Chief, if someone wanted to donate, how would they do so?
They could they could send it, to me, and, it gets deposited here,
Do you have a
with
GoFundMe
with the
page?
town account. It's just called Charlton Christmas Tree Lighting, you know, account, and it gets put in there, and there's probably only about $100 in there now, you know, or less, so. And one of those banners is like $50, you know, when they get damaged, you know, and you have to replace them, you know, so. But again, you know, all that is thanks to people, you know, as far as putting up decorations, is because of the generosity of people from town, so.
Very good.
Steve Gardner, from Charlton, has generously donated over the years different things, some of the figurines that he's had built for us and had repainted. He runs Sun and Sound in Worcester, and he's generously stepped up and helped out, so. You know, so if other people have things, some people have decorations, you know, that could be added to the common. You know, if they're sitting in their barn or whatever, that, you know, they want to donate, contact me, and if they're in good shape and they're appropriate, I would take them, so.
All right, thanks for the update, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Do you have any other business to come before the board?
Through the chair, I
Mr.
don't know where to
McGrath?
bring this up, but, one, I don't know how we get information or questions to the government study committee, but one of the things that, you know, I would like to consider that we have them look at is the way we handle the money in town from different departments.
Mhm.
And how we account for it, and that's just from some discussions that we've had before.
I think it's a great point. I think the most efficient way to do that would be drop an email or something to the town administrator, and she can forward it off to that committee.
All right, excellent, thank you.
And, yeah, anyone individual in this board that has ideas, I mean, as we met with the government study committee, pretty much everything is wide open. And they can sort out where they go from there, but if we have any ideas, we can certainly put them forth to them.
And I think that would probably extend to the other boards, committees,
Without
and
question.
departments that if they have ideas, bring it
Without,
to them.
without question, yeah. Do we have any other business to come before the board? None appearing, just a quick announcement, again, our all boards, committees, departments meeting will be held on October 6th, 2015, 6:30 PM at the Charlton Library in Dexter Hall. Our next regular meeting is October 13th, 2015, right here at 6:30. And please come out for the special town meeting, which is on Tuesday, October 20th, 7 PM at the Charlton Middle School. And I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. McGrath? So, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye, we are adjourned at 7:18. Thank you and good night.